CBC so you don't have to. It's painful, but it's part of my ongoing quest to expose media bias by sort of swimming through the quagmire of it all. On Sunday morning, I woke up with a turkey hangover and I turned on the public broadcaster to another hot mess of a segment. This weekend, it was Alberta Liberal candidate Matt Grant who didn't have the details. He went on CBC's weekend version of their show, Power and Politics, to explain exactly which boutique tax credits the Liberals would be eliminating. Except he didn't. Listen.
Now, Liberals haven't spelled out, from what I understand, specific boutique tax credits that you plan to eliminate. So perhaps you can enlighten us as to what's on the table in terms of the things that will be cancelled.
The major focus is to make sure that we provide money in the pockets for middle-class families and those who are working hard to get there. Right now, a lot of the boutique tax credits that the Stephen Harper Conservatives have provided benefit families that are doing very, very well, the top 1%, in fact.
Poor Matt couldn't give any specifics, like none. And worse yet, he exaggerated. He said boutique tax credits are used by millionaires. Now, I'm not a millionaire, most of you guys aren't millionaires, and I use these tax credits. Now, he's about to get run over by a Conservative truck, and he probably knows it. Just watch.
So it's interesting that my colleague here can't name what they would cancel. I think that should be very concerning to all Canadians. Now, do you notice that he said that millionaires use these tax credits? You know, I have friends that use the child fitness tax credit, certainly income splitting, and they certainly wouldn't be characterized as millionaires. And I think that just shows the arrogance of the Liberals and how out of touch they are with average Canadians. If you look in the Liberal platform, there's a section where there's $6.5 billion worth of revenue that's directly associated with tax breaks that our government has put in place.
I laughed when CBC pans out to Matt Grant's face as he sits beside Michelle Rempel. You can see he's in pain. He's suffering with a stiff smile on his face. It was so bad, Rosie Barton tries to be merciful and run a little interference here.
And they're just hoping Canadians will go along to get along and not understand that there's holes in that policy.
Just a reminder to Canadians that your government did go into deficit 6 times. I understand there was a meltdown, but let's not...
We had the lowest net debt to GDP ratio
but you were still in deficit.
Countries.
Fine, but you were in deficit 6 times.
And first out of the recession.
But it was too late. As an aside, I just want to point out how ridiculous the NDP are. Later on in the same segment, Peggy Nash tries to convince us all that the Dippers are winning this election because I think they have the tree climber vote all sewn up here.
We are having huge crowds come to see Tom O'Kerr wherever he goes in the country. In Courtenay, BC, we had to move a rally outside because we couldn't accommodate people. We had people climbing trees to be able to see Tom O'Kerr.
But back to my original point, let me list the tax credits the Liberals would take away because Matt Grant can't list them. Income splitting, child fitness tax credit, universal child care benefit, education tax credit, home accessibility tax credit, and then the Liberals promised to claw back the tax-free savings account, introduce a carbon tax on literally everything, increase EI premiums on workers and employers, and impose higher taxes on the wealthy. They never identified who the wealthy are, so that probably means you and me. Now, I took 2 minutes to look these things up because I like to know things. But I'm also not a Liberal candidate who should know these things before they go on TV. I shouldn't know the Liberal promises better than a candidate like Matt Grant. But Matt Grant is counting on the CBC giving him a pass. And for the most part, they did. I hope Matt Grant watches this video. He might learn something. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.
Ow! We're building a studio. Help us out. Click here or visit buildthedream.ca.